Hello and welcome to Midterm Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Billie Eilish album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? As many of you know, Billie Eilish is a pop star essentially at the young age of 17. She's been getting a lot of attention and a lot of followers on stuff such as Instagram and Twitter. And people are really hyping her up and really some people absolutely give her a lot of grief as well, especially for the "she believed he lied" meme, which people have been putting up over and over again. But yeah, I just want to review the album and see what her music is actually like. So this album is very indie pop and hipster pop and that, and you can see where a lot of her influences has come from. I think one of the main things I have to say first is how much influence she gets from Lorde, and how her voice is very similar to it, having this quite calming, quite high-pitched voice. Unfortunately, her voice isn't as good as Lorde's, but it's still alright, and you can enjoy it on tracks such as All the Good Girls Go to Hell and stuff like that. One of the main things that really annoyed me about this album is the bass. It's just really loud. You go into the first two tracks, Bad Guy and Zanny, and these aren't terrible tracks, but they get ruined by loads and loads of bass playing over and over again, and you get that all the way through the album, and it's really annoying, and it can be really off-putting, especially that it seems like a one-trick pony sort of thing. Also, talking about You Should See Me in the Crown, it is a really strong track. It probably is the strongest track. I love how it goes from the quiet to the really loud chorus, and yeah, it doesn't really feel that bad with the bass and that. I think it's one of the quieter ones in terms of the bass. But yeah, I think it's definitely the strongest track out of a lot of tracks that aren't that amazing. There is Wish You Were Gay, and it just seems like appealing to the market of all of the LGBT stuff that's actually going on at the moment. It just felt like a cookie cutter song, which wasn't really that good. Also, much of the album doesn't really have that much of a flow, and it's just mainly very similar songs until about the last three songs, which are these quite quiet ballads to try and calm down and put an end. But it seems like it goes out with a whimper. I know a lot of the lyrics are quite edgy and that, and that's what she appeals to, that crowd. But it's nothing off-putting or anything. There are still some good songs that are on there, and some of the lyrics do get hidden by the really loud bass. So it's not really much of an issue with this album. She also adds in these quite memey samples into some tracks like My Strange Addiction and Wish You Were Gay, where they added in a lot of tracks from other memes and all of that other stuff. And it does make it a bit more light-hearted, but with some of the tracks being quite serious about her love life and all of that stuff, I think that it takes a little bit away of it, even though it's supposed to be quite funny. Finally, I know there's a lot of stuff about her being an industry plant and her brother helping her write some of the songs, and did it really come off in this album? Unfortunately, yes. It does seem like there is an outside person that's writing these songs, especially with Bury a Friend and tracks like that. It really does come off as quite executive chairman board writing, and it just takes it away from some of the other tracks that were legitimate and really powerful. But yeah, unfortunately, it does seem like it's very outside influence written. So I know she's only 17 and she's got a long career out in front of her, and I know that there are people who enjoyed it, like Anthony Fantano, who gave it an 8 out of 10, but personally for me, it just doesn't really appeal to me. It doesn't really stand out or anything. And there are definitely some bad sides of the track, such as with the really loud bass and some of the extremely wearing your sleeve influence of Lorde. So overall, I think I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10. So there are some good stuff in this album, but I think there is definitely room for improvement, and I can see it getting better. So yeah, even though I only gave her a 4 out of 10, I really think that there is a lot of potential there, and she might be able to make a better album in the future. So thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in 2 days' time.